I don't know why, but this one hurt more than the Bills game. What is up, Dolphin fans? I thought I was going to make this one later, but then we ordered food, so I have a good, half hour before the food gets here, and I thought, well, it's still fresh in my mind, and I'm looking at the notes. Let's talk about this Dolphins game. Let's talk about this loss. Now, Dolphins are now sitting at 1-2. I know from watching the chat, a lot of people think the season's over. A lot of people thought that the season was over when we lost to the Bills and went 1-1. I am not one of those. There were some bright spots in today's game. There was some disgusting spots in today's game. And there was some things that I need to talk about, we need to address. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Like usual, I'm going to pull up the stats. We're going to start with the away team, as always, Miami Dolphins. Jacoby Brissett went 32 for 49, 215 yards. Goose egg on the touchdowns. Myles Gaskin, 13 carries for 65 yards, 5 yards a carry. Jacoby Brissett, 7 carries, 37 yards. He had his touchdown, which was fantastic, and he had 5.3 yards a carry. He was breaking people's ankles. For a guy who's not as fast, he was breaking people's ankles. Malcolm Brown, 7 carries, 31 yards. 1 touchdown, 4.4 yards a carry. They should have ran the ball more but off of these averages. Gesicki was the leading receiver, 10 carries, 86 yards, 12 targets, 2 drops. Jalen Waddle, 12 carries, 58 yards, only 1 drop. Devontae Parker, 4 catches. I don't know why I kept saying carries, 42 yards. Will Fuller, 3 catches, 20 yards, and, Myles Gaskin. And let's look at the Raiders. 26 for 43 on Derek Carr, 386 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick 6. How you doing, Landon Roberts? Peyton Barber, 23 carries for 111 yards and a touchdown. I will talk about that. Kenyon Drake, 8 carries for 24 yards. And then when it came to receiving, Brian Edwards, 3 catches, 89 yards. I will talk about that. Henry Ruggs, 4 catches, 78 yards. Hunter Renfrow, 5 catches, 77 yards. Hunter Renfrow was a big problem for us. Darren Waller, 5 catches for 54 yards. They limited Darren Waller, but everyone else kind of got their day in the sun. So let's talk about this. Miami Dolphins get a pick 6. Then they go for it on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. We get a stop. Get a touchdown off of a fantastic Malcolm Brown run. We're up 14-0. 14-0. And the Miami Dolphins force the Raiders to punt the ball. We have the ball on our own 1-yard line. And this is where I'll start the discussion of the offensive coordinators. Because up until this point, the Miami Dolphins defense was absolutely dominant. Again, pick 6, then a turnover on downs, and forcing them to punt again. It was just, Dolphin defense was completely dominating the game. You have the ball on your own 1-yard line. Jacoby Brissett's all by himself in the backfield, literally standing in his own end zone. And they throw a screenplay to Jalen Waddle. So he throws it to Waddle, who's perpendicular with him. And essentially what the quarterback does is he looks at the corner. If the corner backs off, he gets it to him, and you pray that he can break his guy. Well, he didn't break his guy. And essentially what the Miami Dolphins did was, we're up 14-0? Fantastic. Here's a safety. Try again. Just the dumbest, on par with the faked punt from the Colts a few years ago, on par with just some of Orlowski running out of the back of the end zone, just on par with some of the dumbest plays I have ever seen with my own eyes. Why on God's green earth, if you are on your own 1-yard line, would you throw and call that type of play? That is where I was starting to really question. Because at first I'm questioning the way these offensive coordinators work. But now that's when I was like, what is going on? Ever since that 2-point, ever since we gave them that safety, they just started scoring. Field goal, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. They scored 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Essentially 25 points. We gave them we didn't give them 25 points, but you know what I'm saying? 25 unanswered points. 25 5. Yeah, because he missed the extra point. Sorry, my brain and math. I was like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense, Doug. Unanswered points. So that's that, right? Then some of the play calling. 3rd and 1, we run the ball. And it drives me nuts that they run the ball out of such an obvious running formation. Run it out of a 4 wide. Run it out of a 3 wide. Run it in shotgun. Run it in pistol. Run it in different, not single back, tight, big wing formation where they're like, oh, they're going to run this ball. Then they try to do a QB sneak and it's turnover on downs. And it's just, it drives me absolutely nuts. I'm looking at my notes now because I started jotting things down while I'm noticing it. Critical downs on these touchdown drives, the 3 touchdown drives back to back to back. Critical downs, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. Receivers are getting butt naked open. Just number 7 was wide open on like a 3rd and 18. Just wide open. And the film breakdown is going to be a thing of beauty for me to watch. I need to see how these receivers are getting so open. Just so open. The other thing that was really hurting us is these penalties, unnecessary roughness, and the PI. But also what was hurting us was the refs weren't calling penalties for the Dolphins. Now, you could be a Raiders fan, call me a baby, whatever you want. There's a play with Gesicki where he got mauled. They didn't call that a PI. But to win the game, overtime, Fuller, I'll pop the picture up. That's pass interference. He's all over him. And the funny thing is, Raider fans are probably like, that's not pass interference. I'll pop up the picture if I have it of last year when you guys got PI off of us, off of the same exact thing that put you in the field goal range. Should have won it for you guys. But so not getting that PI call and not putting us on the 1 yard line, we should have won this game. Now, again, me saying that, some Dolphin fans and even some Patriot fans are probably like, should have, blah, blah, blah. You gave up. And I agree 100%. But call that right. I'm sorry, just call that right. But that being said, right, we shouldn't have been there. If we don't call a stupid play to give them 2 free points, unfortunately, if Sanders actually makes that field goal, the Dolphins, when they marched down the field and scored a touchdown with no time, with 2 seconds left, they would have had to go for the 2-point conversion because they would have won the game. There was too many missed opportunities, too many missed plays in overtime. 3rd and 3. They do that stupid triple read option where he had Ahmed to his right, he had Gaskin to his left, and then he has Gesicki in front of him, and he fake hands off, and then he tosses it to Gesicki on 3rd and 3. Gesicki ends up getting 1 yard, and we kick the field goal on 4th and 2. Come on. Just go for it on that point. Because you know for a fact you're not stopping the Raiders offense from marching down the field. How many times did you do it throughout the whole game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Other than that, they scored every other time. So they should have went for it on 4th and 2. Also, the dumb play call on that down. That also being said, blown coverage. So we give them the ball back with like 2 something left in the game. So at this point, Dolphins are trying to play for a tie at least. Blown coverage. I'm trying to, the receiver's name. Brian Edwards. Brian Edwards. He had 3 catches for 89 yards. A big chunk of his 89 yards was a completely blown coverage deep. And then, okay, let's keep them at a field goal range because they still were on like the Dolphins like 48, 49. Peyton Barber. Big runs off the right side. And so it looked like the Dolphins defense was like, we're tired. We're just going to give it to you. Drove me nuts. It was a team loss today. An absolute team loss. Got to do better. There got to be the offense can only do so much to a certain extent, right? Like I said, we had the forced them to punt on their first drive. They went -4 yards. Then we had the pick 6. Then we forced them on a turnover on downs. Then we forced them to punt, right? But at that point, the Dolphins were up 14. But then We give up a safety, give them the ball right back. They get a field goal, then we punt. They get a touchdown, missed field goal, punt, touchdown, field goal. It's like it's the offense. To me, the thing that's killing this Dolphin team right now, and the reason the Dolphins are 1-2 right now, is the offense. The defense held the Bills to 14 points. The offense was in the red zone multiple times last week. They should have tied the game up. The offense killed us. This week, the offense only was able to score 7 points. The other 7 came off the field goal, off the pick 6. It's the offensive play calling. It's some on the offensive line with just blown coverages and Brissett getting sacked. I saw wide open guys, Brissett missing, bad throws by Brissett. Something needs to change. Something needs to change on this offense if the Dolphins want to do anything with this season. And again, being 1-2, I don't think the season's over. Dolphins were 1-2 last year. They end up doing fine. I'm not calling the season on a 1-2. Not at all. You know, we're going to the Colts. We'll see how that pans out. We'll see who's healthy for the Colts because there's a lot of people banged up for the Colts. I'm not calling this this game a loss. I think we're home for the Colts. Yeah, we're home for the Colts too. So, season's not a loss. If you think it, by all means, that's not me. You guys watched. I watched the entire game. A lot of people thought the game was over. March down the field, get the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. We could have won this game so many times. But that being said, again, something needs to change on this offense. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't know at this point. There's different aspects the Dolphins can do. I don't know at this point. But something needs to change because it's not working. Whatever the Dolphins are doing on offense right now, it is not working. I'm sorry. Yeah, we scored 28 points. That's fantastic. But it's not working. We should be moving the ball quicker. Brissett's missing open throws. Brissett's throwing stupid passes. Something needs to change. What it'll be, I don't know. I'm going to do the film breakdown. Tuesday is the Big O show collab. Then I think Wednesday is going to be the film breakdown. Thursday is the picks. Friday preview. So that being said, I don't know why I'm holding my comb. Let me know. Comment below. Let me know how you guys feel. Does this loss hurt more than the Bills loss? Because we were right there. And that PI that should have been called for Will Fuller. We should have won this game. I think that's what hurts me the most. Any other game they call that PI. They called it against us last year. Byron Jones. They called it against us last year. We should have won this game. Stupid calls with the safety. Stupid not going for the field goal instead punting it. Stupid calls cost us this game. But give it to the Raiders, man. Good team. 3-0. 3-0 for a reason. Beat the Ravens. Beat the Steelers. We fought hard. Took them to overtime. Took them down to literally the last second. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys probably tomorrow with another video. I got videos for you 5 days a week. But like usual, guys, stay classy. And fins up.